Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Christine with Pattercrafts, and today I'm here to share with you the cards I made using the Flavor of the Month card kit by Scrapping for Less for the month of October. The theme for the month of October was Joy to the World. A little late getting this video up, but anyway, let's take a look at this show and share video and see what I made. So using collection 1, I am using that super cute stamp set from Stamping Bella called Christmas Bug. This was the first card I made. This was part of the reveal. I was asked to be a guest designer for the month of October. I was super excited about that. So some of you may have seen this card already, and I'll show you the other cards just in case somebody missed one. But this one was a lot of fun. This was also created using one of the sketches from the Flavor of the Month card kit. If you go to their website, scrappingforless.com, they have a downloads tab. I'll leave a link to their website in the description below if you're interested in seeing what the card sketches were for now and in the future. So anyway, here was card 1 with collection 1. Card 2, I loved the pattern paper, wanted this to be the focal point, so I just cut down another piece of pattern paper that wasn't so busy, used an oval die to cut this beautiful pine cone pattern paper, used the greeting from the stamp set called Season's Greetings, or the sentiment, 2 of the tree sequins from the set. And pretty much most of these cards are just, you know, white in the middle, just have like a white mat. They're just blank. Next card, I used the tag, one of the tags that we received in this collection. Used some of the twine also from the collection, added 3 of the little sequins. Pretty simple, but I love that tag. I really just kind of wanted the tag to be able to stick out and pop from everything else. And just a white mat on the inside. Oops, there's 2 together. Now this card was really fun. I don't know if you can see like all of the sparkling and dimension on this card. So I used the stamp set again, but for this one I used some diamond stickles for all of the snow on the car. I used various colors of Glitter Nouveau drops for the ornaments on the tree. And I did also put some glossy accents on the windows to just kind of make it look like glass. And on the inside of this card, it's just a blank white mat. So fun. Okay. And we received, or at least for my ephemera, I received these 3 ornaments. But I thought it would be fun to kind of add the diamonds stickles to the shape of the snowflakes in each one of those ornaments so that it would be really glittery and shiny. Used the sentiment from the stamp set, and I used some heat embossing for that to just give it a little raised edge and also to give it a little bit of shine to go with the ornaments. And I used a black glaze pen to just draw on the string and the little bows at the top. And on the inside of this card is just blank. And I didn't have much left over for this kit, but I did decide to just use a few of the scraps to make a couple of tags. The ribbon here is from my stash, but I just wanted to show you what I did with some of those leftover scraps. I really didn't have a lot of scraps left over from this collection. Okay, so that was everything in collection 1 that I made. Let's move on to collection 2. The paper was Here Comes Santa by Photoplay, and we had this great stamp set from Gina K Designs. It's ornaments. It was designed exclusively for Scrapping for Less. So as part of the reveal, this is one of the cards I did. I stamped the ornament shapes from the stamp set with Versamark ink and then used some Ranger Platinum embossing powder. Used the stamp set, decked the hulls from the stamp set, and then I used one of these like holly leaves. It was part of the sequin mix. So that was the first card I made, and on the inside I just stamped the Merry Christmas to you. All right. Taking the stamp set to this card with some Delicata Silvery Shimmer pigment ink to stamp the ornament, and then I just used some VersaFine Black Onyx ink for the sentiment deck, the hulls, and the ribbon. Both those are in the stamp set. And then I just used some ink splatters from the Delicata ink to just kind of splatter all over for this clean and simple card, and I didn't do anything on the inside. And then these are the rest of these, I think, are just using all that pattern paper because it was gorgeous. So I used this, the ephemera, 2 of the ephemera pieces I received in this collection, and the papers. Now a lot of these paper, like you can kind of see here, like that's cut out. So I don't remember. Let's just take a peek. No. Okay. So sometimes if I'm going to just use like a part of the paper, like this was just using the outside, then I'll use a die and I'll cut out the middle part, especially if this is going to cover that whole middle part. That way I can use that pattern paper for something else. I don't necessarily tend to do that all the time, but if I'm trying to conserve paper, or if there's like a piece of paper and a paper pad that I absolutely love and I just want to use every little tiny bit of it, I'll do that. And just a white mat on that inside of that card. This card here, again, just using some of the pattern paper and the ephemera piece, Meet Me Under the Mistletoe. And just a white mat on the inside of that card. Now these 2 cards are adorable. The Santa and the scene here, these were just on the back of one of the pieces of pattern paper. So I just cut them down and made those the focal points. And then I used 2 of the other pattern papers to make the frames. And then these just have a white mat in the inside. But I just think these are adorable and super simple. Like, I think it took less than 5 minutes to make these cards. I mean, it took longer to probably cut the paper than it did to put them together. But sometimes that's what's great about these pattern paper pads, is you can make some really, really cute cards just using the pattern paper. Okay, now let's move on to collection 3. We had paper from Pink & Main called Jolly, and we had a stamp set, Joy to the World by Pink & Main, that was created exclusively for Scrapping for Less. But let me tell you, I love the pattern paper. A lot of these, I really love the pattern paper in all of these collections, but especially number 3. So this was the card I had made for the reveal, so some of you may have already seen this. Just various sheets of the pattern paper, made a little tag here, and tied that on with some baker's twine that was in my stash. And then this Merry Christmas, this came from one of the Christmas border stickers that we received. So I pretty much cut a lot of those down and just used them, different pieces of them. So that was where that came from, and just some sequins here. Again, using more of the pattern paper. This is one of the Christmas borders, one of the wooden embellishments, and I made this tag with some of the scrap paper. And then the ribbon, again, is from my stash. And on the inside, I think this is one of the few that I did decorate on the inside. Just bringing in a piece of that matching paper and one of the trees that was one of the borders. Not obviously this border. There was a border just all of trees, but I cut all those trees down. Okay. This card, this was one of the borders. Again, I cut all of those pieces individually, and I don't know if you can see that. Just trying to focus. But I put some flat on the paper and some are popped up on foam tape to give a little bit of dimension. And on the inside of this one, I did add the rest of that pattern paper. Just a super simple, like this doesn't even necessarily have to be Christmas. Like this could be like winter, maybe even like a winter birthday. All right, so then now is where we get into that cute stamp set. We have our carolers and the lamppost. So I stamped out the images, cut them out with my Scan and Cut, and then colored them in. Created a sky here with some watercolor paper and distress ink. Just use some white cardstock to create the snowbank, and then this is like that tree border. I just cut all those trees apart and then just scattered them around along my snowbank. And then on the background I got really crazy. I've added lots of musical notes, the sentiment Joy to the World. There's like glitter, Nuvo drops, there's lots of the different sequins, all kinds of fun stuff. And there's just a mat with one of the extra lampposts that I cut out in there. And again, using that super cute stamp set and one of the Christmas borders that kind of is this banner shape. Love the pattern paper. And just a mat on the insides, and I just stamped Joy to the World with a lot of the musical notes. And lastly, we have Collection 4, which had Santa's Workshop paper by Echo Park and the stamp set Cookies for Santa by Scrapping for Less. So for the reveal, I did this card here using one of the sketches. This image, he's kind of in a chimney, but I didn't have room for the chimney on here. So I just stamped him, colored him out, and then I just kind of fussy cut him around so he was kind of hanging over this piece here. And on the inside, I stamped the sentiment, Merry Christmas to all and to all a good night, with a little plate of cookies. Then we have a shaker card. Here, just some of the pattern paper, one of the ephemera pieces, and then I stamped Merry Christmas to all and to all a good night. And just a white mat on the inside. These are kind of sticking together a little bit. All right, this card was really fun to make. I took the stamp of the cookies on the plate, stamped them all over, and then I used Copic markers to color all of those images in. Used a rectangle die to cut out a place for Santa to be in. Used the sentiment Cookies for Santa. And then I colored him in. I used some of the diamond stickles for the furry parts of his hat and coat, or the white parts. Then I used some glossy accents along the snow just to give it a little bit of a different look and feel. And then this card, we had all these transparencies, and I was like, oh, these are going to make great shaker cards, because you know it's like acetate with a pattern, but you could make a shaker card with them, but these are so busy, and then to put sequins in the back, you might, well, I didn't make one like it, but I kind of tested it out a little bit, and it's too busy. It's too crazy. You can't really see the reindeer, and I really wanted them to show. So I just put this on just white cardstock, added a frame and the sentiment, Merry Christmas to all and to all a good night. So just again, another super simple card. It probably took longer to come up with the idea than it did to put it together. And that's what's great about card making. You have some cards that can take you, you know, an hour, and then you have some cards that can take 2-3 minutes. It all depends what kind of time you have on any particular day to do what you love. And the last card is this really cute one here, Merry Christmas to all and to all a good night. I stamped that sentiment down here. This scene was part of the pattern paper, so this snowy background here is pattern paper, and then I had one 6x6 sheet that had like I think 3 different scenes. They were all a little bit different, so I just cut them down and used this one to put across. Just, again, super simple, but the scene is so cute. Like, there's not much more you have to do to it. And then just it's blank on the inside. But that are all the cards that I made. Now, as far as what I have left over, like, from all of the kits, this is it. Like, I don't have any 6x6 sheets left. I have lots of strips that I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those yet. I have some borders left. Transparencies. Of course, I have sequins. All of the stamp sets, they are not in here, but I do have them. You know, bits and pieces of ephemera. I have the stocking from the banana split portion. Some more of those wooden embellishments. So this is pretty much everything I have left just in one of those 6x6 bags. So I'm not sure if I'm going to get to any more use out of this before Christmas, because I have really splurged this month, and there was so much cuteness coming out. So I have a bunch of other Christmas stamp sets that I want to get to this year. So anyway, thank you all so very much for joining me today. If you liked this video, please go ahead, give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more and you're not already, please hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate each and every one of you that subscribes to my channel. Once I hit 200 subscribers, we will do some kind of giveaway. I have a few things that I received recently or picked up recently for giveaways, some stamps. I have a stamp chamois. I'm not sure what I'm going to pick for the 200 subscribers, but we'll also be doing some sort of giveaway in December for Christmas. And if you are into giveaways, also head over to my Instagram. You can follow me there. Every time I hit 100 followers over there, we'll also do some sort of giveaway. Anyway, thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.